Hey everyone, welcome to another review. I'm here with Jake.
Hello.
And we watched, what was it called?
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah. I really forgot the movie title like 10 times today. But yeah, we watched that. And, gotta say, it was a genuinely good movie.
I'm gonna start off by saying, I have never cried or teared up more frequently in a movie since Endgame.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just what I will say.
Yeah.
For right now about that. It was really, really good.
It was a touchy movie.
Yeah, it really was.
It touched you everywhere and in appropriate places. But other than that,
you're trying to be wholesome, Matt. You don't need your.
I found a way to ruin things.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been looking forward to this movie for a while ever since it was announced. I could not wait to see it. I will just say, since it will be it's gonna be probably the first time we will have a mostly positive review about this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go right ahead with my really small gripe. It's so small. Is with Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers. It's kind of, since Tom Hanks is such an icon himself, such a great actor and stuff. When when he talks, I hear Tom Hanks and I don't hear Mr. Rogers, because Mr. Rogers has that such distinct calming voice. But Tom Hanks still has such a great calming voice too. But that's just from my perspective. But overall, I think he was absolutely perfect as Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Even with him not sound exactly like him, because like I said, he has such a distinct voice that it's hard to replicate.
Yeah.
He still pulled it off, and so that's literally it. That's the only not kind of negative, but overall this was beautiful.
I mean, I don't think anyone else could have really done as good as Tom Hanks did.
I definitely.
I mean, literally, he posted a thing in Discord saying they're 6 cousins.
Yes,
so he's literally the closest choice to do this.
Yeah, that was found out extremely recently. I did post on the Discord because I saw it on my feed on social media that they were 6 cousins, and that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
So actually that made it more perfect casting. Yeah. I think since there's not really much of a plot, it's just this guy. His name's Lloyd. He's a writer.
Lloyd Vogel.
He's had a troubled life. His mom passed away when he was really young. His father abandoned him and his sister. And
Sister's a slut.
And he's assigned to write an article about Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
And they form a friendship, because that's what Mr. Rogers did when he met new people.
Yeah.
He formed a friendship with everybody.
He's a people person.
Yeah. Yeah, and as the movie goes on, you see that Lloyd becomes a better person.
Yeah.
When he's interacting with Mr. Rogers, he learns new ways to cope with his emotions and stuff. And it's really, really good. It really captured that Mr. Rogers was a genuine person. I honestly can say that I don't think there will ever be anyone as genuine as he was. People will try, but I think he was someone different.
Honestly, the only reason why people would try is because of him, and they would try and be as nice as he was.
This is how you can tell he was a genuine person, because he did not want to be recognized or awarded for that.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe a year or two ago, I think they brought it up in the movie too, but they tried to put him into sainthood or something.
Yeah.
And that's just, his wife said that's just something he wouldn't want, because honestly, if you are a genuine good person, you do not want reward for just being a decent person.
Think of yourself as that.
That's like what Keanu Reeves said when he was going around, when he was like trending because of the breathtaking thing in June.
Yeah.
Like he said, like, you know, if you're like a genuine good person, like you don't want all that glory and stuff because you're just being a good person. So
Yeah.
I think even though honestly he should be a saint, I rather respect his wishes than for them to do that, because that's not something he would want, because again he's just that genuine of a person that he doesn't want to be recognized for, because they asked that in the movie too, like, do you consider yourself a hero, and he's like
no,
I'm
that
just
was so stupid of you to say that, you absolute dumbass. He said that was his line.
Yeah, so
I've filmed this for you 3 times so far. Are you proud?
No. So yeah, the movie, I also loved that when they did they put so much detail into it. It's absolutely insane. Literally the set of the show looked almost identical to the one used in real life.
Yeah.
I also liked that when they did the wide shots of the city, they did like models.
Yeah.
Like the show did.
Yeah.
I thought that was absolutely beautiful.
It was a good transition thing.
I just, you know, this was just such a great movie. You know, it really captured like what Mr. Rogers was all about.
Yeah.
You know, that he was like the type of person that you could talk to about anything and he would not judge you for it.
Yeah.
And he honestly he could open up to people more than like a bunch of like therapists.
Yeah.
Like the majority of therapists and psychologists. Like he literally, like Lloyd, like you see that Lloyd is like a tough guy to like, doesn't want to talk about his problems, but by the end of the movie he opens up and becomes a better person and learns to forgive, and because the conflict of the movie is that Lloyd is upset at his father for, you know, being a selfish jerk, like leaving him and his sister behind, and, you know, going out clubbing and whatnot.
Yeah.
And while his mom was dying, and that he wasn't by his mother's side as she was dying.
Yeah.
It was only, I think it was just only Lloyd that was. That's
and
why
his
he
sister.
was. That's why he was. Yeah, and his sister. That's why he became afraid of hospitals.
Yeah, his sister. Never mind. No.
I don't think his sister. Yeah, I don't remember if his sister was there or not. I'm pretty sure
he said she was.
Yeah. So yeah, and then so that's the big conflict, and the tone of the movie, and like kind of, if you want to call it a lesson, or because it is a movie, it tells a story. It's kind of like forgiveness, and you know.
Yeah.
Because there's an argument in the wedding, because I think the dad brought up the mom. They get into a fight, and Lloyd is now even more angrier at his father, and he shows up at his house for dinner, and they get into an argument, and it causes the father to go ill, and so it's
like a panic attack.
Because Lloyd was bringing up, you know, his mother and stuff, like, you know, like you weren't there. I had to watch her die while you were out sleeping with other women and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really an emotional moment, and then him, like because I didn't really look in, because I wouldn't want to call it spoilers since it's real events, but I try to not try to research what happened. So I was just I was expecting the father to die at the end of the movie, and you know, but I was gonna be like, you know, like, you know, he was such a jerk and stuff. But it really, the father really tried to better himself too.
Yeah.
Like, he, you know, learned to apologize. He apologized for all his actions, that he shouldn't have done better. Like,
Yeah.
because it was like a movie, so I didn't really, like I said, I did not research any of the real events that happened. So this was just what I was seeing through the movie. I'll probably do some research, but like, I honestly, when he said like, now I learn like how to like live my life, I thought that's when he was gonna die, but he died off screen.
Which was probably for the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people wouldn't be able to handle like him actually dying on screen.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, that was just like the overall message of forgiveness, and Mr. Rogers just being the mentor figure, kind of just trying to pave him his way to be a better person and stuff. So I'll give you a turn to talk.
Yeah.
What you want to say?
You know, the only thing I have bad to say about this movie is like, going into it, you know, I saw the trailer and watching the first, like, you know, fourth or quarter of the movie, I was trying to remember what the trailer was about. It was just this guy who was with Mr. Rogers, and I didn't really understand why exactly, because, you know, it was just the trailer and they didn't really describe why. So you're
like,
just
like
left.
you were like, it was just you were just going with the trailer. You're just going like, this is gonna be about a guy interviewing Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's literally what the Wikipedia said about the plot too.
Yeah.
Just a guy comes in to interview Mr. Rogers.
You would think it would be like a documentary type thing, but
there is a documentary. If you guys want to see that, it came out. Well, it's almost 2020, but it came out last year, and I saw it like 3 times, and it was really good. So if you guys want us to do a review of that too, let us know. So that's what I was expecting too. That I thought it was gonna be something on the lines of because, like I said, I didn't do any research or looked up anything, because this is based on true events.
Yeah.
I was assuming it was gonna be something like a biopic, and it would be Mr. Rogers in an interview reflecting about his life. That's what I was going into it, but I liked that they, gave depth to even to the interviewer himself. Like,
I mean, honestly, like, I kind of figured it would have been like a movie about the interviewer, like Lloyd, anyways. So it just took me a few moments to realize that I was going to do that in the movie. And honestly, like I said,
it's a good balance of seeing Mr. Rogers and seeing
Lloyd. Yeah, like I said, this doesn't ruin the movie at all in any way. But I can hold a stool. I'd stop doing that, Jake. Jeez Louise, Jake. You're really screwing this review up, huh? I would say the pace for the first part of the movie was a bit slow for my taste.
Yeah, but if you remember, this is not like, you know, I didn't really consider pacing, because this really shouldn't be because this is a different tone movie. This isn't like in like an action movie or something that you do like really fast pace, or it's too slow, or it's, I think for a movie like with this, I wouldn't say it's a drama, but I don't. Yeah, it should take its time.
I wouldn't know what to call this. Probably a lifestyle kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it should take its time, because it's not really.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You shouldn't. It's not really the type of movie to have a fast pace, because like it's not like an action movie or a horror movie or anything we've done before.
Hell, like it even had a scene where nothing was happening. They were just sitting there quietly for like a minute, and
Like, but that was like.
I mean, it was intended that way, but like I don't think like most movies would do that.
But I actually liked that, because it was like, because it was like kind of like a coping mechanism, and you could actually, if you actually like stood in silence for a minute, you could actually get some thoughts in and stuff. I actually
Yeah.
really like that, and that they actually did it in real time.
Yeah.
I think. That I thought that was absolutely beautiful. Anything else? Because maybe we can go on a tangent about Mr. Rogers, because this is Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's it.
Because I think we can talk about how wonderful this man was.
Yeah.
How he was. I think we should combine this into a review and a podcast, because we can just talk about Mr. Rogers the whole time, and like about like other stuff that kind of go along with it.
Yeah.
But because we can just like I said, I really did capture what he was about. It was extremely respectful.
Yeah.
To him. It really did capture that he was just a really genuine person. That he really liked meeting new people. He really cared for people.
He was a genuine person.
Yeah.
Basically. And
Like I think he kind of set the bar for what we should be.
Yeah.
Like we should always be kind to one another, always be understanding, always listen to people's problems, try to help as much as you can.
Yeah.
Like he's like honestly the type of like I said, he's honestly the type of guy you can vent to your problems to, and he will not judge you in any way.
Yeah.
He will just look at you and listen. That's kind of like why, in my opinion, I really think his Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was, I think, the greatest kids show to ever exist, because it's the soul. Like, well, I'll tell why, and I know that's such a bold statement to make. Like honestly, with that too, because it was on PBS. I think PBS had the best like children's shows. Like this is being like really genuine, because I think what he did was he didn't talk down to kids.
Yeah.
He talked about the real things, like divorce, like stuff that parents would talk about, and the way he formatted the show, that he would just sit down and look at you and make it look like he was actually talking to you.
Yeah.
That's really something special. And with nowadays, if you like look at kids shows, they always try to talk down to kids.
Yeah.
And like baby them. Like heck, even like the kids for like teenagers, like talk them down too.
Yeah.
Like if you like not like the older ones, like the new ones that are out for like not our generation, like the next generation. They do talk down to them.
Yeah.
But Mr. Rogers was like, even about like death, like that's something really hard to talk to kids about. But he he talked about it in a way that was extremely respectful. He didn't have to bring up any religion or anything. He was just like,
Yeah.
death happens and it's okay to be sad.
Yeah.
And with like divorce and stuff, like, divorce happens. Maybe mom and dad probably don't love each other anymore, but they do love you.
Yeah.
That's like hard to, because like when you're a kid, when you see like tough stuff, they talk down to you, or they just try to shove it in the closet because they don't want to talk about it. But he was like, stuff happens, but it's okay to be upset, and you can talk to people about how you're feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's something very, very, very revolutionary he did, and he kind of set the bar for kids shows. That and Sesame Street were like up there.
Yeah.
Like the top tier. Like, I don't really think there will ever be anyone like him. They will try, but at the end of the day, I really think he was something special. Dare I say, an angel.
Yeah.
Like, he was just, and the personality he presented himself on the show, that was him.
Yeah.
I also, especially with like the puppets and stuff, like those were reflections of his life. Like they said, Daniel Tiger, his like favorite was him. Like that he was, I think it was like him as a kid, I think, because he was just shy. Because the puppet has, like, he gave like personality to those puppets. Like,
Yeah.
Daniel Tiger was always shy and like sad and stuff. And it reflected on his life because he had a tough life growing up because he was bullied and stuff.
He was bullied for like being fat and stuff.
Yeah, I really, he really was something special. And may he rest in peace. That I never, and also the way, and plus with his show, you can look back on it as an adult and learn something new.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I watched one clip on YouTube and I actually started tearing up because like just the way he said things like that, like you're special and you because I've honestly been going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of something I needed to hear. Like, you're one of a kind. You're special. You're loved and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything?
No.
Yeah.
I think you've said everything.
I don't want to take up.
No, yeah. Let's do the scores now.
The scores?
Yeah. The ratings. It has to be at least 8.5.
You know what? I really... This is something that I don't think I can give it a rank. Because I feel like it's just something I don't want to, like, give it, like, a tier or anything. Because it's kind of hard. Because usually when we do these, like, ranks and stuff, we put stuff in different categories and stuff. Yeah. I feel like it should be, like, its own separate entity. Yeah. That it doesn't really... Because this is, like, it's wholesome, and it's all this, like, it's just such an emotional, like, movie. And I feel like... Because, like, if I said, like, it's a 10 out of 10, then... Well, that's what I thought Halloween was, and Halloween is completely different from this. So I feel like...
So what you're saying is you want to give it an 11.
No, I'm saying it should just be its own... Like, there's not even a grade. It's just...
It's its own
own thing. This is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
It's above.
Like, I don't know... I don't have an official name for it. I'm just gonna be like, this is our 1 to 10 scale.
It's in its own neighborhood.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm giving it a 9.8.